Live Facebook is brought to you by Read for Growth, a platform for you to open up your life story, your career, aspiration, book, pet, music, sweet moment. Read life as an interesting book. So today, let me be that reader in your life. To learn more, please visit www.facebook.com/readforgrowth. Happy reading! When you step into the supermarket, do you know that someone is taking charge to change your mind? You first see the cans in such arrangement, the trolley at your left, the cashier at your right, and the specific brand in front of you. When you are in a heavy traffic jam, you first notice the LED screen board. You go into a bookstore, you pick the book with the most attractive cover page. You browse and scroll down the Facebook, and what you don't know is, you press unconsciously at the one with the most beautiful photo. Someone is actually taking control of what you see and selling you an idea, getting you to buy a concept. So who are they actually? Today it's my honor to manage to invite a visual designer. It's Miss Voon and Chong. She is a visual designer and she will tell us a little bit about the backstory of her inspiration. Hi Anne, thank you for willing to be with me.
It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you for having me.
After you say yes for our interview, I actually have no idea about the visual designer. So I quickly do my homework and browse through all the bookstores. I bought this book, Wedding Photo Now. And I really admire the capability of a photographer in capturing the happiness and the touching moment. When two people destined to be together, I believe that the story behind is very important. And I was actually very happy that there is someone to be able to bring out the concept. And is that what you do in your job as a visual designer?
Yes, so one of the part of my job as a visual designer is to bring out concepts, is to take your concept, your ideas, your stories, your message that you're trying to convey out to someone or the society. I give them a form in whatever way possible, as long as it's visual. It can be in like film, photography, videography, animation, illustration, graphic, can be packaging, can be prints. There's just so much media to play around to bring out your ideas. And it's basically just communication, like you're trying to communicate with someone using visuals. And there's just so many ways to do it, and that's what I love about my job, actually, is that I get to play around, I get to experiment with so many different medias that you can use to bring out your creativity in communicating with people in the society.
I came across the bookshelf and found out visual designing is actually everywhere. From advertising, interior design, optical illusion. And I think it's something that we always take for granted and not aware of. What is your opinion?
Well, I guess I do agree that some of these things are taken for granted because they're just being around and, people go about their daily life and never really thought of it. But maybe if you slow down and notice it, you'll realize that everything there's a design to it, from the colors to the shape to the form of it. Every tiny little detail, there is just someone out there making a decision for it. From, like, why did they pick the certain color? What emotion is it trying to convey to you? Or if you're drawing, why are you drawing this character in this expression? What is it trying to say? If you tweak a little bit of the smile, it changes the meaning. And like maybe film, you may not notice it, but how things are positioned in the screen, where the actors are standing, where props are placed, they're all in proportion. There's a composition to it. There is a reason behind it because it's pleasing to the human eye and you don't notice it. But all these little decisions have been taken into account to make it work.
I noticed there is certain part in designing that requires skills and deep study relating to the science, such as adjusting the light darkness and the brightness, the physiological part. What do you think the role of science in bringing out an artful element in your job?
So how do I blend science into my art? Well, I may not be able to understand how the science part work, like what the science guys would know, but I see it differently in my perspective, in my visual form. Like, I wouldn't know how the watts and all work in lights, but I do know what the warm color tone would create in a scene or the cool color tone. I would know where to place my lights to give different kind of feeling to the scene that I would like to express. Could be backlighting, side lighting, dramatic lightings, strobe lightings. So yeah, I see it in a visual way. And I think there has been this notion that perhaps the creative industry is a little bit lesser than the science industry. And I think no, we should all work together in bringing out the best of each other. You do your best, and it will bring out the best in the others. So it's like, if you're a filmmaker, you can never make beautiful films without those beautifully crafted camera from the camera guys. And the camera guys couldn't even show off their beautifully crafted cameras. Like, what can your camera do if there are no filmmakers to show it? So we should all work together to share our expertise, our knowledge. I think that's what society should be like. We should be open to learn from each other and to understand how differently we think, but yet we work together to achieve something.
Maybe that is the wonders of the life, the blending of the art and the science, and we all need to work together. It's a perfect blending, no matter in the designing world or in the health professional world. To be more human and to be able to use the knowledge to help more people.